Madam Hilda Rayappan is there. We are visiting her on this occasion of lifting the lockdown shortly. Shortly, the lockdown will be over, and you are a big social activist and a counselor too. You had counseled lakhs of people around. Kindly advise people. We are all at home, and we are, after 21 days, anything happens, we feel that it is a natural thing. And you have to boost our energy to start once again our normal life. As you are a counselor, please say something at this occasion.
Okay, I'm a trained counselor and a professor for counseling and psychotherapy for a number of years at School of Social Work, Roshinilaya, and I am the one who founded the first counseling center in Karnataka in full-fledged way, and it still continues the same way. That's the Prajna Counseling Center.
Yeah.
We are very proud of all these things.
Yeah.
And behind all this work that we have done, there is one thing is that women and girl children are very important for us, and the family life is the most important for us. When the family life gets intact, when there is more and more importance is given to the family life, and there is joy and peace and contentment, and you have a drive to come back home, and you want to belong to your come running to your husband, wife, or children, or a mother or father. Then there is that spirit. Then there is a lot of joy in that, and there is a lot of peace in that. And not only all these things, but you feel you belong to somebody, which is very important. Companionship. Yeah, in that companionship only people can grow. We cannot go alone.
Yeah.
It's not possible to. That's why marriage. Yeah. So now what I want to say is, now we are at the end of, everything was shocking to all of us. Even all of us, it is a big shock when we were told that on the last week of March, 22nd of March, that we were all busy with so many things, and then suddenly I personally realized, maybe because of my experience, and also because I'm very dependent in my prayer to God. I constantly keep God as my guide, and I keep praying to Him. I have a very personal relationship with God, whom I believe. So maybe because of that, I realized that there's going to be something very, very bad, something very traumatic is going to happen everywhere in the world. And then I had to stop everyone. I said, first your life and your family, your husband, your wife, your children. So leave everything as it is and you go home. And because there is going to be some problem in the whole world, I said to everyone. And I walked to my house. Because I am an elderly person, I felt I should take care of myself. I should not be a problem to anybody. So I took care of myself and came into the house, and I may manage my life till today. But then how long can we go on continuing like this? We cannot. No, we have our home, we have our family, we have particularly a person like me, and organization which is so big with 100 people employed. So they are dependent on their work. We cannot send them away just like that, like a small company. That's not possible. We have to show our humanity towards. This is the time to show the humanity towards our staff, and we did show. We gave them all the salary for them, and then but said to them, now 2 months over, you are paid fully for not coming to work. It is not possible for you to come. No transportation and so many other problems. So we respect you for that, but then now we have to start beginning to work towards what is called as ಜೀವನ. ಜೀವ ಆಯ್ತು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವವನ್ನು ನೀವು ಬದುಕಿಸಿಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನು ಜೀವನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ದು, ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ. ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಮೊದಲಾಗ ಖಂಡಿತ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. It will not be like before. It will not be like gammat and luxury and carelessly going everywhere. Careless life and spending too much of money on marriages and functions, and every day going out, going to the mall, buying, shopping. My God, that was the situation of families in Mangalore. Almost every day they would be in the mall shopping, or even if not shopping, just go around.
Window shopping.
Mall, in the shop.
Yeah.
Most of them are on the road all our women, all men, women, children, everybody was on the road, and then they will be in the malls. And I was always feeling that it is going to the other extreme. And then now we have realized that that's not going to be our life after this. First of all, we will not have enough money. Government has no money in their hand. For example, I'm sure that for Prajna Counseling Center, some grants that were coming from government will have strains. Already they have expressed that Santwana they are going to close. I just cannot imagine that they can say something like that, which was giving so much of support and solace to so many women. Per day there would be 10 to 15 marriage problems and other family problems and women's problems and all that coming to Prajna. And they are helped and they are planning to wind up. But then now they are saying no. Chief Minister is saying we are going to withdraw the order. Hopefully, if he withdraws properly, then okay. Otherwise, there is going to be a real protest on the part of the women all over.
Empowerment, women empowerment part.
Yes. And also winding up 1,000 people on employment, government itself. Just imagine, private people are winding up, yes, but the government can afford to wind up jobs just like that. What can people live on? Food ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಊಟ they have to eat. And see the migrant families problem, migrant people, just imagine, we were not at all aware of them. We lived in a different kind of a life, and now we have become conscious about there's a whole lot of problem with the migrant families. ವಲಸೆ ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಉಂಟು ಎಂಬುದು ಈಗ ಅರಿವಾಯಿತು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. ಅದು ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬೊಂಬಾಯಿ, ಮಂಡ್ಯ ಚಿಕ್ಕಮಂಗ್ಳೂರು ಆಚೆಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಬೊಂಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬರುವಂತ ಜನ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರುವವರು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿ ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಅಪಾಯ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ 300 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಮಗುವನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಿಕೊಂಡು. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಂತ ಇದು ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗುವಂತದ್ದು. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಡೆಸುವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಹೋಗಿ ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಎದ್ದು ಹೋಗಿ ಜೀವ ಕೊಡುವ ಅಂತ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಷ್ಟ ತನಕ ಬರ್ತದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಇದು. ಅದರಿಂದಾಗಿ at least now this corona period has made us conscious about the problems of workers building work. In Mangalore, no Mangalorean is working in any hotel. No Mangalorean is working in any coolie work. All Valase Karmikaru, all migrant workers. Mangalore is being growing. It has been growing, or it has been sustained only by the migrant workers. Bangalore also the same. From all outside Bangalore, people have come to work in Bangalore. Now, from Karnataka, there are so many people have gone to Bombay to work. From Orissa, from West Bengal, people have come to Bangalore and to Mangalore to work. So that means we are not working for our own place. Outsiders are working. Because of them we are living.
So after that lockdown, how we have to be conscious about
so
ourselves?
Now after the lockdown, I think that in Kannada they say ಜೀವ ಮತ್ತು ಜೀವನ ಅಂತ. ಜೀವಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜೀವನ ಈಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈಗ ಜೀವನದ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಯಾರಿಟಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಬದುಕಿ ಆಯ್ತು, ಜೀವ ಆಯ್ತು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಜೀವನ
we are alive now. Life should be led.
We are alive. Thank God. God could have taken any one of us, but we are still alive. And so now we have to life is there. So the life should be giving us the values of simplicity, of saving, of not glamorous life, of sharing. We saw a lot of sharing among people. Lot of kits were distributed. Many people, small organizations responded.
Grocery kit, no? Grocery kit you are mentioning.
To the migrant workers and coolie workers and difficult circumstances. ಅತಿ ಬಡವರ ಮನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಗೋಣಿ ಚೀಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿಕೊಂಡು ಜನ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ದೊಡ್ಡ, this is a very big altruistic attitude which has come out of us. So let us share with
Godliness. It may be a godliness, sharing.
Divine, sharing, which I haven't seen in Mangalore or in Bangalore. anybody was ready to do something. Okay, I'm ready. Whatever I have, I'll take some part of it and give it to somebody. So that is something divine, and that should be continued, because all the things of this world belongs to everybody, not only to some people to load it up in the house. So that kind of sharing and altruism and working for others. And then the most beautiful thing is the fraternity of medical profession. The doctors and the nurses and the other workers, the way they worked is a great example. Because, usually generally our social workers did this, did that, and honoring goes on to the social workers. But to the doctors, of course, because they take money for the work what they do, they have never been honored. But then in spite of that, wearing that kind of dresses with plastic, whatever, so hot, and mask.
Hours
and,
together.
Hours together, the whole 1 night, 2 nights, staying without going home for 15 days, 20 days in that. They have done their work. They have done so dedicatedly.
Asha workers, you are.
Asha workers. See the way they have to walk around. Because we made a list of 600 families to whom we want to give some grocery, rice and dal and all that, and few other items. And we wanted to reach out to the poorest of the poor. We went along with the Asha workers and the Anganwadi workers, walking from panchayat to panchayat, 12 panchayats around Kinigoli area, and we realized how fast they walk. They walk so fast because they're used to walking. Their whole work is on walking and walking and walking. They don't even turn back. And then the kind words with which they talk, and then they say, and objectively they choose the families and tell them, take this family and give them the help. So I think this is the wonderful thing that we have been able to recognize the dedicated work of Asha workers, the Paura Karmikas, and Swachhata workers, and nurses, and helpers in the hospitals, and finally the doctors. So many doctors have died in India. See, just imagine. And they were not given place even to bury in Chennai. So these are all things which should touch our heart and help us to change our attitude.
Who are left by God to live, we have to recognize these all.
Yeah. God has given us, now probably God has given us one more chance to live. We should be grateful to God. Because God can, if not God, I am 75 years old. I'm surprised that I'm still living. And with Corona also, so far I managed. I don't know whether I will manage now a few more months of Corona till then. But then, till now I have managed, and God has helped me to manage to live. And that means I still have to live and to continue to do some real more service to society. That's why God has made me to stay. Otherwise He could have given me Corona.
Thank you, Professor Hilda Rayappan. Your words of inspiring and heart-touching feelings of workers of Corona are very inspiring to everybody. Thank you so much.